Let's get our previously on, shall we?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us. I can see already this is gonna be one of them motherfucking shows. Like,
it is, man.
I don't know what was going on back there. Like, we were trying to get the show started, but it kept giving us an error for some reason. Like, StreamYard was having a seizure or some shit.
It was weird.
What was going on there? Yeah, that was kind of weird. But yeah, we tried to start it like 3-4 different times, and it just gave us errors. And finally got it started, though. Here we are. So
we'll take it. We're here, guys. Show must go on.
Right? We got there eventually.
Yeah.
So how you guys been?
Good, man. Good. Just been relaxing. I've been playing a lot of video games lately. Some Mario Wonder and Spider-Man 2. So I've been indulging in that lately. So I'm getting back into the comics and the reading, but these games, man, have just been great, absolutely great.
Hey, I think
I've been playing. I've been playing on my Switch a lot, and
I want to buy Marvel a Comic Kingpin's inlay for his clock.
Oh, nice,
great, right?
There's a Christmas present.
That would be that would be fantastic.
I'll get you measurements in a little bit. So
there we go.
We'll make it
perfect.
We'll make it happen. All right, but anyway, you were saying, what have you been playing, Margot?
I've just been playing on my Switch a lot and stuff like that. Just trying to avoid buying new games. I'm trying to play and beat the ones that I actually have. So yeah, other than that, and of course, it was Black Friday here in Canada as well. So I went out and there weren't a whole lot of deals. I got paid that same weekend, and here I am, just with that money to burn and nothing. I just picked up one of those Roku TV sticks, and that was pretty much it. I did a little bit of hunting at a place around here. They're having some pretty decent deals. They're 50% off, and it was actually 60% off. So I had to look in there, and they had a few things. So I grabbed that. So you'll see that eventually. And then, yeah, they had some their higher grade Mylar. It was only 20% off. So I'm like, yeah, I could buy stuff. But, some of the stuff that I've seen over the summer is still there. So I don't think it's really moving too quickly. So
yeah, you can get better. Right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump right into it and say hello to the chat. I see, as always, Michael Baker. He's back. Who he be? And some asshole with a snarky reply.
Dick.
Tim Singovitz, what's going on? Thank you for joining us.
Good to see you.
I know I saw Phil in here. There we go. Phil sees feet moving under the curtain, right? Nick, how are you doing? And Louie, the most hilarious man in the business.
Oh, yeah.
Chia Pet, how are you this evening? I think I saw Kenneth in here. Yes, there he is. Kenneth, how you doing this evening? And David Mason.
Missed minutes overlay for your
clock.
That's not a bad idea either.
That could get kind of creepy, though. I mean, because, she's a little...
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little...
She's a little bit of a stage 5 clinger,
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Another clinger that we just can't get rid of, by the way.
There he is.
Hey, he made it.
What's going on?
Survived.
How you guys doing?
You made it.
Yeah. Power is going in and out, so who knows how long, but I figured I'd try to join. Good to see everyone.
Neighbors
Yeah.
through the storm. Right on,
We
man.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we can go ahead and jump right into it. We got a lot of news this evening, right? So I think, is that where we want to start?
Yeah, we got a lot of news, guys. Buckle in. We're going to catch up on the last few weeks of stuff that we've missed just because we haven't had a show and just things we want to talk about. So let's do
You
it.
know what that means, right? Time to get
Get
your
your
papers
paper.
ready.
China, nowhere close to an actual news network.
There they are.
I don't
My paper in the
need
paper
it.
bag
That works.
from
That works.
exchange.
That works. All right, dude. What do we got for news?
All right. Let's start her off at slide 1 instead. Here we go.
Oh, that's probably
Had
good.
them all backwards. There we go.
First and foremost, the very
First,
important news.
it is.
It's finally over.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll find out December 5th is when they're going to vote on the final terms, right?
So they've started voting now, but with so many members in the union, they have to, go through the process of, making time to vote and stuff like that. So, yeah, I guess by December 5th, we'll kind of find out whether or not every member approves it. So, yeah, it ain't over just yet.
Yeah. Hopefully soon.
At least they're back to work and they're writing some shit. I mean, it's, obviously been a minute since we've had any real forward progress on that front. And we're kind of suffering for it right now because, like,
Delay.
yeah, lots of delays coming up.
Oh, yes.
Next year seems like it's going to be an arid wasteland of nothing.
Yeah. It's going to be
So, yeah.
pretty. It's going to be a slow year, guys.
It's not too bad. They got some stuff slated.
Well, it's crazy. Like, whenever I was looking, just for like a little bit of information, it said like in the 100 and whatever days that the strike had gone on, that like Hollywood lost over like $6.5 billion worth of potential revenue. I'm like, in 100 days, like that's pretty wild. But
what the hell were they thinking they were going to put out? 2 fucking Avengers movies and a damn Batman or something?
Well, I mean, like the fact that in 100 some days they lose $6 billion, and then all these people having to they're striking for better pay. Come on, $6 billion, like
damn.
That sure enough covers a lot of people's expenses for sure. So yeah.
I mean, if you put the top 5 movies together in their first 180 days, the top 5 grossing movies, do you think that covers that number? Because that doesn't seem accurate. Like that, it just doesn't seem like it adds up, right? Like, how did they lose that fucking much money?
Well, I mean, I wonder if it probably encompasses like a lot of things, like tourism and stuff like that, and like they have to hire people, companies to build a set, so that generates money. But I mean, I could see how it does make sense, but yeah,
that's fair, I guess. Well, at least they're back to work. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For now, I guess getting more money, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got, dude? Oh man. So yeah, they're doing Venom 3 apparently for
reasons.
Yes, somebody asked for it. I guess Tom Hardy asked for it. I guess really, this is what it comes down to, pretty much. I mean, and you got it. I guess they got to keep pumping out Spider-Man property movies, right? So even if they're not good.
Well, yeah, but I mean, now that we already have Madam Web coming out in 2024, that does reset the whole clock. I think they have to announce a movie every 3 years and produce every 5. So like they could have carried themselves into like what 2028 basically with the movie rights. But I mean, you know, had the strike gone a little longer, like I don't know how that would have affected it, because I mean, between Craven, the El Muerto movie and stuff like that, and then I guess now the part 2 of Into the Spider-Verse gets all kind of jumbled up. So I mean, luckily they had a lot of stuff going on and ready to throw out there. But yeah, I don't know. Set for next year, like that seems pretty close, and like they're still like they're just getting back into the writing and the production of it. So like, does that seem like enough time to really
it
do
is
a whole movie?
It is very quick, and I agree. Tom Hardy does rock, but the Venom movies have not rocked. Yeah,
there it is. Venom movies, not so much.
yeah, it just man. I mean, and I mean, you guys know that Carnage is one of my favorite characters, so I really want to love the Venom movies, especially when they bring in Carnage and like they use an actor like Woody Harrelson who could play the part perfectly. I mean, we've literally seen the motherfucker play the part perfectly before in Natural Born Killers. Like, you just change his name to Cletus Cassidy and give him a symbiote, and I would have bought it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they didn't do that in the movie, and I'm not really sure why, but it was a choice. So, you know.
Well, what do you think? Like the next
game did a good man. The Marvel Spider-Man 2. I feel like they did. Like as a kid, I read all those Venom issues growing up. Like I was obsessed with Venom. And not like Jeb. Like I kind of tapped out after a while once they got like they really started to like Wolverine Venom. You know, that's when I was like kind of I fell back a bit. But I do love Venom. He's definitely one of my favorite Marvel characters. And I even had the Toy Biz toy when I was a kid that came with the comic. Lethal Protector was the comic it came with. So I really love Venom, and I feel like the video game, like Marvel Spider-Man 2 that just came out, did him perfectly, and it did everything you guys are talking about, where it's like it teased just enough to make us really, you know, buy into it and know the story, but it changed it. Like it didn't just make it the same formula. It added some fresh twists, which I will not spoil. And then the whole Null thing was definitely in play because there's like a lot that happens. And I also don't want to spoil that, but like if you played the game, you know, there's like a lot. So I feel like as a Venom fan, that was what I was looking for years. Like there were like childhood dreams that were fulfilled for me playing that game. Like I can't even tell you how good they nailed like Venom, like perfect, 10 out of 10. So I'm just hoping like they're just invested in this trilogy because maybe that was the plan from the start. But I'm hoping right after this is done, Marvel will do something with Venom because I don't know, man. I'm not too. I haven't really liked these Venom movies, to be honest.
Yeah, right. Seriously. But I mean, I'll check it out. I guess when it comes out, I'll suffer through.
Have they said like who the villain is or something? Or
not yet. I don't think they have anyway. I haven't heard anything.
No.
So. All right, dude. What else we got?
Oh, guys, I'm sure, and if not, I hope most of you have heard about this already. Oh man, Steven Yeun, Sentry. What do you guys think? First off, you guys excited? Like,
this would be amazing.
I think it's great. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so the rumors were going around, you know, for a while and everything like that. And I don't necessarily think it comes as a huge surprise to anybody. The only thing I would say that I question about it is like I think he's a great casting for Sentry. I'm not sure about Void because I don't think I've ever seen Steven Yeun play any type of villainous sort of character at all. So
Invincible season 2, he plays the multiverse of Invincible in the first episode. They tease Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but they teased the multiverse because Angstrom has like the portals, and then he plays the evil version of Invincible in the first episode, where like he's pretty brutal. Like even the line delivery, like there's a scene where he says hi to Eve, like they clearly history, and he's like, "Hey," and you're just like, man, this guy's like a dick, you know, like. So I think he's actually perfect because like also Invincible gets darker, right? Invincible gets darker. Like Invincible is gonna make some questionable decisions in a lot of ways. He already has, but they're gonna be like more gray. So I honestly think he's perfect. But like I can also see Marvel like doing someone else for Void. But either way, I think it would work.
All right,
well, actually, you know, if you want to see Steven Yeun in a more live action type of villainous kind of dickhead role, then watch Beef on Netflix, the show he did with I think it was Ali Wong, stuff like that. He's quite a bit. So I mean, and it's an acting role anyways. Like, I mean, maybe we haven't seen that side of him, but you know what? Who knows? Like, it could be great. But
yeah, that's the only thing. Like, I just haven't seen a villainous side of him. Just because, like, the only thing that I've really seen him in was the first season of Invincible and The Walking Dead, and I mean, like, he's a Boy Scout in both. So you know what I mean?
Yeah. But the thing I'm really surprised is that Robert Kirkman just really flat out said, you know, oh yeah, Steven Yeun just came back from the costume fitting for the Sentry, just kind of flat out there. But so, and I mean, the quote's a little hard to read, but he even said, he's like, someone might get in trouble, but I don't care because I don't work for Marvel. But I mean, Steven would have had to sign an NDA, so doesn't that kind of get him in shit for kind of spilling it? So. I mean, who knows what happens, but that's kind of. I mean, we're assuming that he's probably going to show up in Thunderbolts because I mean, why would you have a costume fitting like this early for a character that's not even announced for a movie that's
right?
I mean, up in like late 2025 or early 2025. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Everybody did. I mean, the rumors were already flying out there that he was playing Sentry, so it wasn't right. It came out of left field or anything like that by any means. So, you know, basically just a confirmation of what everybody was already saying. So, all right, dude. What's up next?
This is news to me. I did not know this until Marvel sent me the slides. So,
yeah. So, all right. So I guess Amazon hasn't brought the writers back after the strike ended, which I guess was part of the whole deal.
Damn.
I don't know. Yeah, it kind of seems like
that's
by Amazon, right?
That's dirty, man. That's scummy. Wow.
Like,
wow.
Like,
shame on them.
This is honestly surprising, but at the same time, it makes me think like, did they get this just to like not allow the other company to use the character or something? Like, I don't know, but that's like the cynical side of me. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of I was looking forward to this. I'm not gonna lie, I like Silk a lot, so I'm kind of bummed. But at the same time, this could have been like a disaster. So I don't know.
Nowhere bound. What's going on?
Yeah, that's some shady shit, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of.
But do you think?
I mean, go ahead.
Do you think that they're not bringing them back because the show is just going to be canceled after the writer's strike, or do you like?
Wait, what show?
The Silk show.
Is they only do one show? Like, right? That's it?
What do you mean?
Isn't there more shows? There's
talking
got to
about,
be more than one fucking show, right? That this is affecting.
Oh no! This is just for the Silk show. That's why she's in the background.
Just
Sorry.
that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they.
Oh no! Imagine if they didn't bring any writers back. Oh no, that'd be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, "Damn, dude!" Wow.
Okay, so they're not bringing back writers for the Silk show.
Can't wait.
Silk show, yeah.
Just.
Yeah.
Oh no! We suck again.
Sorry for the miscommunication. That makes sense now.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So, you know what? Fuck that Silk show, man. It was some Sony shit anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, who knows?
A blessing in disguise.
There's tons of different reasons why. why
Yeah, it
it's
changes the
something
whole
like
tone of this conversation
You know.
real quick.
that. Yeah.
So I guess Amazon Studios really isn't the asshole this time. No, they're just saving everyone from some misery.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point, like, can they cancel the show? Like, once they've kind of started it, like, how? Or,
Yeah,
like,
look what
I
they
mean,
did to Batgirl.
Yeah, apparently they can fully make a fucking
They
movie.
can
about
fucking make a
that.
full
and then
film and then
cancel it, and then have it just used as a tax write-off. But I wonder,
yeah.
I wonder how that would really go down, because I like, couldn't they just come back and say, oh, well, I wrote this, the whole idea, and then they didn't use it, and then they come back 3 years later, and that's what they go with, so they can come back and sue Amazon. But I mean, go ahead and try to
Good
sue
luck.
Amazon. I'm sure they've got a great lawyer team.
Good luck.
I got some bad news for you, Baker. I'm pretty sure they're doing another season of that shit.
Damn.
Pretty sure. So, what was it?
Yeah, you and I both, I guess, Tim.
Yeah, Rings of Power. So, yeah. No. All right. So, all right. Amazon is saving us from the Silk show. Cool. I like it. Not the assholes after all. Next.
Next, let's move on. Ooh, okay. Yeah.
This is a weird one.
It's not weird. I kind of like the approach they're going with. So what we're talking about here is What If season 2, right? They're releasing it 1 episode per day starting December 22nd for 9 days straight. I kind of like that. I'm going to be off that entire week from work for Christmas anyways. Now, every day I get to wake up and look forward to watching a new What If episode. I'm in. Fucking count me in. And it's not bad because they know a lot of people usually take that week off in Christmas, right?
December.
Drop an episode a day. You're going to keep your viewership up, keep it going. They know a lot of people are off.
What time
Why
are they
not?
releasing them? Hold up. What time are they releasing them?
That I don't know yet. But
I don't think we have I don't think there's a time when it releases, but I think we just know that it's going to be coming every day. But I would kind of like if they did kind of the Loki approach where, you watch it in the evening time and stuff like that. Not that, watching What If gives you anything like a major spoiler like the live action TV show would, but I mean, it's kind of an interesting concept.
Are they thinking that people are going to be watching fucking What If on New Year's Eve?
Some people might. Some people might.
I
I would. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm
might not remember what I watched, but I'll be
right. Yeah, exactly. But I just don't know that would be I don't know. It's just a weird release schedule. I'm sure they're timing it to release the Happy Hogan episode on Christmas.
Yes, they are actually.
Yeah, isn't that's the Happy Hogan Saves Christmas one, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it lines up with that.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting idea.
What if dude smoked no weed the week of Christmas? Damn, what if, eh?
Oh, it sounds like a miserable week.
No, that's the 1 week you're supposed to.
Fucking hibernating that week.
I mean, the release out is kind of interesting. I kind of like the concept because we were shitting on Echo for trying to drop everything all at once, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's going to be a flop. It's going to be a flop." Well, what does Marvel have to gain from a show that people liked, like the first season of What If, to do it every day for 9 days? Because to me, like if they really wanted to do their best route, they would have taken any show and have at least 5 episodes week by week, and then you have to build them again for the next 30 days. So financially, that's the best idea. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying something new. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, looking forward.
Regardless, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna watch shit for sure. So, yes, absolutely, 24/7.
I don't know, guys. I'm excited. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm excited for Echo too, to be honest.
Yeah, Echo looks hella good.
Yeah, it really did. So we'll see. We'll see if it
we'll see.
holds up to the hype. But yeah, that trailer did look fucking amazing. So What else we got, dude? I know we got some more news slides, right?
Oh, we got tons. We got
Holy shit.
Ooh.
What happened to Mando?
So what's going on here, Marvel?
Yeah, the Fantastic Four rumors herald fans getting themselves into a twist. Online scooper Daniel RPK mentions that Pedro Pascal is front runner for Reed Richards and to expect to see a female Silver Surfer. Anna Taylor-Joy, people might remember from the New Mutants movie, is considered for a female villain role as well. So, yeah, I mean, just hearing the word female Silver Surfer got enough people losing their shit as they do, complaining as they do, and still buying books as they do, and then complaining 6 months down the line as they do. So
I hear this guy's
Yeah.
name a lot. This Daniel RPK. Is he right a lot? I mean,
he is right quite often.
Okay.
He gets a lot of those inside scoops. I don't know how, but yeah, I think he was really active in like Reddit and stuff like that. So yeah, he's quite notable for sure. I think honestly, like if people actually attach their source, it would come from Daniel RPK. So a lot of the stuff that you're hearing about, even like the rumored casting and stuff like that, it comes a lot from him. People don't credit him.
So what happened to the rumors of, the Frankie Ray coming in, Herald of Galactus kind of shit? So are we still going to get Frankie Ray? Now we're going to get a female Silver Surfer. And then what are we going to get? Galactica? That's Galactus's daughter? Are we going to get that next?
Hold on, here we go. It looks like there's a little bit of clarification. So it looks like
Did not
Snyder,
say female. Oh, shit.
it looks like Snyder was the one that said, I guess, female surfer.
See, it could be Frankie Ray as the Herald. It could be
Which would make sense.
Because that's what I thought,
Yeah.
It was heading, and that's what I had heard before as well. But I also saw the rumors of the female Silver Surfer. So I was like, damn, what happened to that? That just extinguished like that. So, okay.
I mean,
Frankie's
if you
still
still
in the
have
game.
people,
Honestly.
we're still getting a female thing. So I mean, in all honesty, I believe nothing of
there's
this.
already a
Fantastic
female.
Four is so out of the way, anyways, that to me, like none of this rings true until they actually announce. Because this is like what the third or fourth person we've had for Reed Richards. So
Wait, they got mad over a female thing?
mhm.
There's
Remember
been a
Mila
female
Kunis-
thing in the
Mila
fucking comics
Kunis?
for like 40 years.
somewhere along the line, someone heard the word Mila Kunis audition for the thing, and they ran with it, even though she said no, I also didn't, but I did. But I do know who did it. Who did put their name in for the casting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like, yeah, there's been so many rumors about the Fantastic Four over the last like 6 months, even during the strike. So I wait for something more concrete. But either way, like really excited for the movie and can't wait.
Well, let's just assume I don't know, I guess, supposed worst case scenario, and they're making Silver Surfer a female. How does that affect anything? It really doesn't affect shit as far as the story goes. So,
It doesn't. It
yeah,
doesn't.
like, who cares?
It's just
For any
a different
character
character at the end of the
swapped,
day.
that's probably one of the easiest and best ones to do it to, because it affects nothing at all. You just make Shia LaBeouf a dude, and then we all move on with our fucking lives. Or you
why
make
couldn't they?
or you make Shia LaBeouf into a lesbian relationship or whatever, however you want to handle it.
Or why couldn't there be two Silver Surfers running around at the same time? Like, I mean, you could have Norrin and
You
his
can't
wife.
confuse the general audience, though.
I mean, you got to get mad at something, I guess. You got to take things for face value for a movie that's not coming out for another 4, 5, 6 years. So of course. But I'm kind of interested in Anna Taylor-Joy more than anything. I thought she was fantastic in New Mutants. I'm kind of liking her a lot. Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie? Have you ever seen the movie The Menu? I think it's on Disney Plus, and she's really fucking good in it. Like Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
actually
sure it's
thought-
on Disney Plus. I've watched it a few times. It's actually really good. It's not definitely not the movie that I thought it would be, but it's so good.
I actually
And
thought
Jake-
New Mutants was pretty underrated, to be honest.
Hmm.
I just gotta say, guys, Baker's got a point here though too. Why the need to swap any character? Why not just stick to what we all grew up reading?
Oh yeah, no, I don't disagree, but
I
obviously
don't either.
sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah,
For the
new
sake of
directions.
yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, lower, nearer, slower at the box office, guys. The Marvels has anybody here went and seen it yet?
I went.
Yeah. So
I wanted to, but there's only 3D in my cinema, and I wanted to see it normal. I don't like the 3D.
I mean, okay.
Yeah,
the
I don't blame
thing
you.
thing is it had a budget of 200 million or 220 million. It's got 200 million so far. It's gonna come out on Disney Plus, and that's gonna contribute some money. There's gonna be DVD sales in there and everything. Ultimately, it's gonna be a fairly break-even project, I guess, for Disney or whatever in the MCU. But that still makes them money in the end because they just sold you on the next fucking movie that this is done. And please,
Did they though? Well,
yeah,
also the $220 million budget doesn't include promotion, but I mean during the
Right.
time was the strike when they would have started, doing promotion, like the press tours and stuff like that, and interviews and stuff like that. So it did save them a little bit. But I mean, back to your point of what you were saying, like I honestly, like you're right, like they're going to put it on Disney Plus. People are going to watch it or not watch it, and like it's not grossing a lot at the box office, but people are enjoying it. Just as they said about Blue Beetle, where that movie's made, I think even less than this has, and people said, "Oh, I liked it." I didn't really know the character Blue Beetle, but I enjoyed it. So, good word of mouth. People will still watch it and stuff like that. And I think I saw the other day that Blue Beetle showed up on HBO Max, and it's after we could see the highest watched program on the platform. So,
Yeah.
I mean, people will watch it, and really, they can make the money back in promotional in merchandising. So they can just reuse all the Captain Marvel toys and dolls, stuff like that. Melt it down, give her the more updated outfit, and there you go. It's not rocket science that they're still going to make money off of toys and stuff like that for sure.
I think what Chia Pet said here is perfectly describes the movie. The movie is fun. Not sure why people hate so much on it. It's fine and fun. I think that perfectly describes it. It's fine and fun.
And Mom Balani as Kamala definitely rocks.
She does. She does.
I can't remember her name. The woman that plays Monica Rambeau. She's fantastic.
Fiona Paris. Honestly, I liked her a lot. I liked her a lot more than I did both. I really liked her in WandaVision. I liked her a lot more in this. Like she kind of sold it for me like a lot.
Yeah, she's really grown into the role. It seems like. Yeah, so I mean, it definitely sold us on future projects. I mean,
I do want to see
where
it.
it left everything and what people were doing, and without putting spoilers out there and everything like that. Yeah, there's a couple different projects that they're rolling with there. So
yeah,
definitely good.
In all honesty, there was only one real cringe moment during the movie that I just couldn't get on board. Like I could forgive a little bit of it, but yeah, the whole singing planet, it's a little deeper than that, and yeah, it was hard to watch. Like it really was.
Yeah, well, you can't win them all right?
Nope.
All right. Next up, we got Al Jordan, I'll be back. So a Schwarzenegger? Patrick, though.
Yeah.
Not Arnold. Not Arnold.
Arnold.
Not
But it's fun,
Arnold.
yeah.
Yeah, he is possibly be playing him in the HBO series or TV series or whatever they're going to be doing with him.
The Lantern TV series. And you know what? I didn't even really know that Patrick Schwarzenegger was Golden Boy in Gen V. When I just saw
really?
Gen V
Yeah,
star
he's
to-
Golden
to-
Boy.
No
to,
shit.
to feature in Lanterns, I'm like, oh, okay. So I clicked on it. I'm like, well, who is it? I'm like, it's not Golden Boy. Then I looked at it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I kind of see the familiar resemblance. But I mean, you know, if you watch Gen V,
Yeah,
you know,
okay. Yeah, I
Golden
could
Boy
I
fan,
could definitely buy that.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, I can see why he's kind of forgotten. But yeah,
I had no
You
idea
know,
that's who it was.
yeah, it kind of would be kind of cool to see him. Yeah, we haven't gotten a whole lot of news on this whole TV show or even what they're doing. And I mean, the news that we get, it's going to be a movie, it's going to be a TV show, it's going to be, you know, a cop type of show. It's going to be, you know, featuring a different lantern every episode and stuff like that. So, I mean, a little bit of news is something pretty cool. But yeah, take it for what it's worth. And yeah, James Gunn followed him on social media recently. I mean,
I would
James Gunn
suggest
probably follows a lot of
that
people, so we'll see.
if they want to make a good Green Lantern series, take a look at the Green Lantern animated series, and you know, take some cues from that because it was actually pretty good.
Well, I think it's hard to use animated as, you know, as the as kind of like the barometer, just because like it's animated. They can
for
do
sure,
so
but
much.
you could take cues from it. You know what I mean? Like a little kind of, you know,
Yeah,
sort of just see what like what sort of story styles worked for you know, for it and everything like that, because obviously the setting is going to be kind of similar. I think they're going to have a more grounded setting than you'd probably expect for a typical
It's
sci-fi
basically Green Lantern Earth 1. That's like if you want to know what they're doing, go read that.
Yeah. So
I don't like that, to be completely honest. Like I know a lot of people are like into it, but like
right. It's
I don't think that works. Nobody reads Green Lantern to fucking like read a buddy detective like a series. Like I'm just being real. Nobody reads Green Lantern for that book. Yeah, Grant Morrison did something like that, like more embracing the cosmic space cop, but
I mean,
nobody's ever said I'm gonna read Green Lantern because I want to see space detectives. I'm just being
I'll go ahead.
That's weird.
Like
I'll go
I
ahead
just
and-
don't. I don't think it'll be good if it's like Dexter, for example, where it's like every episode there's like a cosmic killer and they have to like do some fucking autopsy. Like I just don't think that's not what Green Lantern. How can you even introduce the core elements
Listen,
of the lore if you're gonna do that? Like where does the spectrum come in? Are you just gonna have killers from different colors? Because then it gets old. So it's like it's
you want to know what they're really doing here? You really want to know what they're doing here?
I do.
Yeah, because okay, this is a complete cop out. This is a complete cop out. This is all this is. They're making a Batman show and they're changing the fucking utility belt for a power ring. That's all. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing.
Thing is,
Batman
like,
show.
Green Lantern requires a lot of like CGI because it's all like gonna be in space. So for me, I think this is a way to kind of temper that to have a baseline that's like exactly. But I just don't like. For me, it's like the joy of reading Green Lantern. Yeah, there's good stories where it's just like Hal or pick any lantern you want and they're doing their own thing on Earth. But the best stories are when they're off Earth. When they're most of the good ones are when they're fighting the Manhunters or fighting other people in the emotional spectrum, or when they're having the big events. Like a lot of the on Earth shit is quite boring. That's why the Green Lantern isn't like. That's why they have a sector. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
That's fair.
I don't know. I think it's more like Nova. Like to be honest, like Green Lantern. I hate to say this, which is why I find it really weird that dude doesn't really read Green Lantern. Green Lantern is Nova, but better in every single way. Like I hate to say it, it's the truth. And I'm someone. I love Wolfman. I love Wolfman. I love Nova. But Green Lantern is literally Nova, just better and conceptually in every single way. Like literally, just every single component category. So like for me, it's like if you want to do the intergalactic thing. Yeah. Like the thing is, like imagine your imagination can make anything. And it's like that the limit to the weapon, to the ring, will literally just be their imagination, right? Like that's why seeing someone like Kyle Rayner use the ring, and he's an artist, comic book artist, it's so cool because his constructs are all like really creative, as opposed to like Hal, who's just like, here's a big, like, let me sock you with a big fist. You know what I mean? Like from my ring.
Hold on, I want to. So, Chia Pet, obviously brings up a good point here, in that it's a cost issue, and I'm sure that does play into the I guess the thinking by the studio and everything like that, as to how they want to do it and everything like that. But I mean, take a look at Star Trek Strange New Worlds or Star Trek Discovery over on Paramount Plus, because I don't know what the budgets are on those, but I mean, it's Star Trek. It can't be huge in comparison to what a DC TV project would be. I imagine a DC TV project's gonna have a bigger budget, and the shit that they can do on those shows with special effects and everything, yeah, cost to be an excuse. I don't know. I can't see it. It just doesn't make sense to me.
And
because those shows look great.
And when it comes to cost, I mean, obviously, a big part of why I think a lot of us are going to be watching the show would be to see, the light construct and the rings, and that is going to be, pretty costly. But even when the movie, to shit on DC again, even when Blue Beetle came out, they really cut the budget on that movie. I think the budget on Blue Beetle was just over $100 million. So obviously that didn't mean a whole lot for CGI, and Blue Beetle is a very CGI heavy film. But you know what, with good angles and cool and some cool scenes, you can make it work. But yeah, I think budget's gonna kind of really affect this show. But I mean, we'll see how much faith they have into it. So
but you know what's funny is if you Google Green Lantern Earth 1 and you look at the iteration of Hal Jordan, it looks exactly like Patrick Schwarzenegger. It's like that's probably true now that I look at it. It's like it looks exactly like him. So it's like, I don't know. I just hope they don't forget the core identity of what makes a Green Lantern different. Because for the way I see DC is similar to how I see Marvel, but Marvel is more tight knit in terms of having a clean connections to each threshold. But DC has Marvel. There's the magic side, there's the cosmic side, and even in the cosmic side, there's separate cosmic, right? There's multiple dimensions. There's the true space cosmic, and for me, the Green Lantern's the best part of the true space cosmic. So it's I really hope that they play to that, because I think if you're gonna do Green Lantern, you should show the different lanterns. You should not that's not something you should fucking wait on. No, that's something absolutely. You want to show. You want to show people. You're you want to be you think we're just fucking Batman? It's no. Look at how deep this lantern lore is. Look at how many different lanterns we have. Look at how they represent. And any dumb motherfucker knows what Roy G. Biv is, the light spectrum. So you tell them about the different lantern colors, and they're gonna be into it already because it's intuitive. You know what I mean? It makes sense right away. It's not something that's far to left, where it's just something that you'll be oh, I can't believe I haven't thought of that. So. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they do that. We should see Sinestro ASAP. Even if he's not a Yellow Lantern, they should show him being a dick to Hal or something through memories.
I really hope they do take the same approach. Same sort of approach as the movie took, and they actually start with him being a Green Lantern. And I don't want to just see his fucking fall at the end of episode 1, or even necessarily maybe the end of season 1. You go through a period where you have him being a Green Lantern and show that he is, I guess, seemingly an honorable character for the most part and everything like that, whatnot, and then sell the heel turn later. That would be a great way to do it.
Yeah. How come in the greatest movie ever released, How come in the greatest movie ever released, aka the Zack Snyder Justice League movie, why did they cut out the Green Lantern? What was the purpose of that?
Dude, I'm so glad. Dude, didn't you remember how bad it was when they showed Martian Manhunter in that movie? Like it's just fucking
Yeah,
terrible.
it didn't look good.
It just looked.
It was
man,
weird.
Zack
It was
Snyder,
weird.
just when you listen to him talk about comics, like look. Let me say this so people really understand. I think Zack Snyder is a good filmmaker. Okay, I just want to look at the cameras on here. I think he's made some really good movies. Like the Watchmen movie is good. Like the Day of the Dead or whatever that fucking zombie movie he did was good.
Hold on.
I
Say
think
it.
he's a good director. Yeah, he's a good director. Okay, like he's made some good movies, and he has really good eye for flair for cinematic visual storytelling. He's a good director. But
Mhm.
when I heard him talk about comics in several interviews, this man does not know anything about comics, ladies and gentlemen. Like he does not know anything. Like this dude is one of those guys who like he just read like Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns, and that was his like foray into the hobby, right? Like he's just read those. So like his Batman is literally that metal Batman. And when you hear him talk about it in interviews, it's just like it's so funny that like they actually considered making this guy the guy who like spearheads all of DC. Because the only thing he's good at is making like really pretty pictures, like for the most part, at least when it came to the DC stuff. Like the movies look beautiful, but they had a very shitty color tone. Like there was no real colors. And the movies, like they did not understand the characters. Like the characters were not playing themselves.
You want to know when Justice League went fucking sideways for me?
Mhm.
The beginning.
When
It
no,
was so bad. The
Even
mustache,
before.
right? You see Henry Cavill with
Even
the fucking
before the
CGI
beginning.
mustache.
it
Oh my
was
God.
when they released the fucking trailer
Hmm.
and they used the damn song, the sex song from Watchmen.
Yep.
What the fuck were you thinking? Like that was just a bad.
He's
bad
obsessed with the Jesus imagery for Superman and stuff, and I'm like, that's a take,
Okay, great,
but,
but
you know he
you
doesn't even
probably
do a good job of it. Yeah, it's
Yeah, you
just-
probably shouldn't have used it as the fucking porn song for the movie you did before then.
like all you can really say when you really think about Zack Snyder's legacy, like you'll think of two things, like A, Martha, and B, that he made a cult. That's it. That's all you'll ever associate with the man when it comes to DC is that A, Martha, because that's everybody, that's all people remember from that movie, and then
Why'd
B,
you
that
say
he had a
that name?
cult. Yeah, like it's so stupid. I love DC, right? Like I could make excuses, whatever, but there's so many of DC's movies in that universe were bad, and the good ones, like I feel like got swept under the rug or just underrated. Like I thought Blue Beetle was really good for what it was, like for what it's a good Blue Beetle movie. You know what I mean? The first Wonder Woman movie was solid.
Right
the
here.
Suicide Squad was amazing. Yeah, terrible story. Exactly, and it's like when you read
Yeah.
his scripts for what he had planned in the future. Like the son of Batman and Wonder Woman, or the son of Batman and someone was gonna be like the new superhero. Some like Batman hooked up with Lois or some bullshit. I don't remember. It was like crazy. It was like
Yeah.
fan fiction, but like insane. And I was just like, wow, he actually like wanted to do this. And I just realized to myself, like, guys, like when you give DC properties or any of these superhero properties, DC, Marvel, Image, any of them, when you give it to someone who's competent, like who's actually good at their job, at every component of the job, and they care about the product they're putting out, to them it's not a product, to them it's art. You get someone like Matt Reeves, right?
Yeah.
So it's like yeah.
Keep going. I'd like to make a point afterwards too.
Yeah. It's just like you give competent people who care about the passion, they want to make something good. They'll make something good, but it's just like you can't just, and you don't fuck with their vision, of course. But like for me, Zack Snyder was never it, man. Like you have to have someone who understands what these characters are, and it's just like Marvel has a lot of that. A lot of the people running Marvel, they understand what these characters are, and even when they change them, like we're saying, like the female Silver Surfer, whatever. Like you guys mentioned, they'll keep the identity of what the character is, the core. So it's like you'll still see the story play out, and everything will be good. But for me with DC, it's like you didn't even really see Aquaman. You saw Aqua Bro. You saw that was not Batman. That was straight up like Hitman. That's what that was, bro.
Yeah.
That was the fucking Hitman, bro. He was murdering everybody. Like, what are these characters? Like, what the
Let him
bastard
have it,
started-
Cheek. Let him have it.
It's like he just cared. It's like all he ever read was Injustice, and then he was like, "I'm gonna make a universe on this, biatch," and then putting these nightmare scenes. And I'm just like, bro, why are we here? Like, people don't
Right.
even know who these characters are. Like,
Yeah.
what?
But
You
yo,
know what I mean? And then he
actually,
puts in Martian Manhunter, like sprinkles him in, like you're supposed to care. It's like, bro, what are
Right.
you even doing? Like, it's like,
See,
just give it
that
to
brings up
someone else.
another really good point about that movie, though. Him letting his dad die.
Yeah. Oh my god,
What the
that
fuck was
hurts.
the logic behind?
That
Like he
hurts.
got super
Yeah.
speed. He could have grabbed his dad, put his ass
Yeah.
20 fucking miles away where nobody
Yeah,
could
dude.
see him and been
And
back
no
in the
one
same
would have
spot
even
before
seen that.
anybody
Who could have
noticed
put
he was
him
gone.
through the earth? Come on.
Right.
Dude, he just didn't understand. It's so much
anything.
worse when you watch the old Superman. Like I rewatched all the DC movies recently because I wanted to feel good about DC again, at least the movies, and up to Dark Knight basically. So everything up to Dark Knight Rises and before that, I rewatched them all. Dude, the first Superman movie is so good. It makes you think, how did he fuck this up? Like he could have just remade the same movie and people would have eaten that shit up. Like that's how he would have been. But instead, he just decides to make it super dramatic. Like for me, the first thing that really strikes you when you're rewatching the DCEU movies is like, why is there no color? Like these are colorful heroes. There's no color. The movie has no color. You're just watching a movie. It's like everything's bland. It's toned down, and I'm just like, dude, the guy doesn't get it. Just stop.
Wait, Chia Pet, I gotta address this, man. You think Jason Momoa was terrible casting?
Dude, he is
It was
terrible casting.
fucking
Aquaman.
horrible casting.
Horrible. But when he
Damn.
screams in that trailer, dude, it's the first time I ever cringed truly at a trailer. That
I
was
don't
like,
mind him in that position.
Wait.
man.
You guys
Don't
know that
mind
scene
him.
in Justice League when he screams, when he's like riding in the vehicle and then he screams like, "Ah!" and he jumps off, like gets
Wow.
launched.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
man,
Dude, I'm not. That was when I knew. I'm like, that's not Aquaman. That is like, this guy is a fucking
Oh.
king.
I do
This
not
guy
mind
is a
him.
fucking king. He's not juvenile. He's a
Well,
king.
I don't
Aquaman
mind
should
him.
act like Odin.
The
Like he
king
acts
can still
more
fucking
Odin.
have fun, can he, man?
Have you watched the
I
new
don't know,
trailer
man.
for?
Yeah, I
the
agree
new,
with
like,
Chip.
follow-up
The Ocean
for,
Master is the right
Aquaman?
choice.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's just like the movie looks entertaining, like it looks like a fun, stupid, like drunken time, but it like he doesn't play. Like I agree with Chip. Patrick Wilson should have been like Aquaman. He actually plays like he embodies the right like characteristics for Aquaman. It's like Jason
Well, the
Momoa is
thing-
Lobo.
you know what the thing with
He's Lobo,
Momoa
dude. It's worse when you watch him as Aquaman. You're like, this is Lobo. This is just toned down PG-13 Lobo. That's what it is.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, he's probably gonna kill it if he does get that role. I hope he does.
Yeah, I hope
But
he gets Lobo.
The thing with Momoa as Aquaman, like I didn't mind him as the lead character in that movie. It's just that it wasn't an Aquaman movie.
No, it was Aqua
It
Bro,
was-
dude. It was
Yeah, it
Aqua
was
Bro.
an underwater, character that was supposed to be, I guess, in the DC universe. It wasn't fucking Aquaman, like at all. In any portrayal of Aquaman in the comics ever, he's never been anything remotely like that.
Nope.
But
Even
that's
slightly. So, what?
but that's pretty much like the take that they did on Thor. Like no one thought that he was, the funny drunken frat, pretty much the equivalent of Aquaman. Like that's something that they wrote and they kind of ran with, probably because it worked for Thor. So they're like, oh, let's just do that with Aquaman. Like no one, I mean, it works in a little bit to give the character at least some sort of personality and likability, but yeah. I actually haven't watched Aquaman, so you guys are not selling me on watching Aquaman tonight. Just so you know,
I do. The only reason I would
It's a
even
fun
watch
movie.
Aquaman, it's just purely for like I would go on a discount day. I'm not even paying full price. I'll tell you right now, even if it's DC, I don't give a fuck. I'm not paying full price for that. Okay, like it's just a matter of principle. It's not even like being personal or anything. I'll support these. I'll still go on Tuesday. No joke, but it just like to me, it's like. I grew up. I'm not like you have to understand. I'm not a snob, even though I sound like it. I've read so many different like ages of these characters and iterations. I've gone through so many crises and resets. So I've seen so many different takes. And when they literally are not like any of them, or like they take maybe 2% of each one, I'm just like, why would I? What the fuck is this? This is what Zack Snyder wishes the Justice League was. This is not what the Justice League is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Batman would never kill a motherfucker. The moment he kills a motherfucker, he's no longer Batman. He's the Batman who laughs, or a Batman from a different universe, or a dark Batman. Or he never kills. Like if you think Batman is a murderous motherfucker, you've already lost. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Guys, imagine you're watching Spider-Man. Okay, imagine Tom Holland starts killing motherfuckers left and right. Okay, how would you feel? You'd be like, what the fuck? You'd just be like, what is he doing? Like, imagine like literally left and right, just killing motherfuckers, throwing them off buildings, blowing up buildings with people in them.
Okay, so the thing is with especially with Batman, you're always going to get these people that say, well, you know, historically, Batman has killed people, and
Oh my god, man,
really,
stop.
he used a gun and everything. Okay, and I get it. Yeah, he did, and that is, you know, a part of Batman's history or whatever. But that's not like the accepted, you know, version of Batman. Batman is, yeah, he's got that no kill rule. So
Yeah.
I agree. When you start having him, you know, snap people's neck and start branding people and shit, like we're crossing Batman lines. I mean, we just are. So, you know,
Like, what message is he sending for the Robins? You gotta brand them motherfuckers when they get to jail. Like you have to
Right.
understand, it's like it kills the character in so many different ways. It's like, oh, Robin, today I'm gonna teach you how to brand the Arkham motherfuckers. Today I'm gonna show you how we treat them in the doghouse. It's just like, dude, like it completely overlooks that, and the whole like Batman no Robin. You have to understand that like that's the biggest fuck you to the character I've ever seen. I think the character himself within history has only existed for 2 years outside of Robin, and those are the same 2 years where he was killing people, like at the very beginning.
yeah.
But if you read Robin, one thing I think is so funny, if you read Detective Comics, I think it was like 38 or 38, like first Robin's literally like at one of those like construction sites, and he's kicking motherfuckers left and right off of the thing, like they're straight up killing
Yeah.
people. So they never mention it though. They don't say he's killing
Yeah,
people.
they
but
don't
he's
show
straight
any
up
of them
just killing
dying, but
Oh, yeah, they don't
none
show
of
them dying.
provide that
It's just
fall.
like this little boy, you know what I mean? And they call him Boy Wonder. So the Boy Wonder is out there literally just killing motherfuckers, right? But I don't think that was the intent behind it. That's why after a while they so hardly emphasized like the no kill rule and everything. It also adds so many dimensions to Batman because if he is killing people, first of all, why would he have a rogues gallery? Like, why wouldn't he just kill why is the Joker alive? Like that, we get to that. It's like, why aren't he just killing these mother? Why doesn't he become the Punisher? And then
But you know who
secondly-
oddly embraced that shit? that shit with Robin killing people? It's so weird.
with Titans?
Fucking Captain America and
Oh,
Bucky
Captain
Barnes
America.
of all people. Like they just retconned it to be like, yeah, no, that was Bucky that was doing that
It was a
shit.
different time. It was a different time. It was world wars and shit. Like, look, for
Right,
that to
yeah.
me, it's a little bit more
War
like I
crimes,
can
you
let
can
it
get
go.
away with it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you're in the middle of a whole gray area piece, like shit, time of history. You get away
Right,
with
he's
it. But like,
11, but you know, he's a war criminal.
Exactly.
It's cool.
yeah, exactly. But just like imagine Batman was literally, if he was a murderer, then he would have no rogues gallery. Like he would just kill them all, and then the only rogues gallery
Right.
would be the ones that
It
are
would be
too
over.
good. Yeah, exactly. You just kill them all. So it's like it just like it kind of kills the character when he's a murderer. It really does in every facet.
Yeah.
It also weakens like the whole theme of I want to like avenge my parents by warring on crime. It just makes him like I just became like the people who killed my parents. So it's like
Yeah. Yep. All right, dude, what do we got next?
Well, like we said earlier, next year is going to be a little lackluster, guys. We got Deadpool 3, so May 3rd, 2024. And everything else got moved. We got Thunderbolt actually in December, but like,
I mean, that's almost.
yay.
I can't wait for that. I actually want to watch that. I think
Yeah,
this is
no,
strategic.
it's great.
I
It's
think,
just, we
honestly.
got to wait so long.
Yeah, I think it's part of the delays. Like that's obviously the main culprit, but I also think this is strategic because a lot of people. One thing I've been hearing a lot everywhere, not just in our community and
Fatigue.
comic book YouTube, is fatigue. Exactly. So I think they're doing this purposely to reassess, but also to address that fatigue issue and be like, okay, quality over quantity, and we want to move away. We don't want to like saturate the market with product. We've already seen that's not working.
I agree, Chia Pet. Just get them right. Quality over quantity, guys.
But do you guys even find that it's oversaturation or it's just like a lack of quality? I mean, I just
think
read
it's
today
both,
that
honestly.
you know what? If the movies were good, like, do you remember when they were doing, you know, when they used to only do 2 movies, and then they in the very rare years, you know, we'd get 3 or 4 movies. You know what? Like when the movies were good, like I didn't have a problem. Like it gave you something to look forward to, like every 2 or 3 months and stuff like that.
But it
Whether
was newer, like how when you sit in the after credits, like at the first 20 movies in the MCU, there was like still that feeling of like this is unfamiliar territory, this is new. But now we're like trained to expect that, in the same way they trained us like monkeys to understand the multiverse. So I think people are so used to seeing all these things that like it's not just it's also like most comic book movies are hero saves the day because hero cannot die because that's our corporate like money bag, and then if we kill them off, we can't continue to. It's like that formula, right? So it's like
Yeah, exactly.
I think people want to see like different. I think the Suicide Squad and things like The Boys especially spoiled us because they showed us like you can have a finite movie. You can have people who are just in one movie or in one show in one season, and they still have a deep impact within audiences and things like that. So I think people want to see different takes. So it's like when you see The Boys, Invincible, exactly, not the same like thing we've seen 100 times just with newer people. Yep.
I don't know. I'm perfect for me personally. I'm perfectly fine with basically all the shit that they've been doing. Like honestly, okay, I get that not everybody was into She-Hulk or Moon Knight or Secret Invasion or whatever, but the thing is, they're not going to knock it out of the park for everyone every time by any means.
Mm-hmm.
And even in comics, there's a lot of filler in comics, so there's going to be a lot of times where we get shows that it might not be the greatest thing in the world, but it's entertaining. It's entertaining enough to watch. I enjoy it while I'm watching it. I might not go back and sit through a rewatch unless I really need to try and catch up or remember something. But it also builds the universe and it builds on future stuff that we get. So, I mean, I would say at least as long as we're getting decent quality stuff, acceptable quality stuff at the very least, then I'm good with it. They haven't put out anything shitty, so
yeah. And really, there is going to become a time where we're not around and these movies still come out. So even if it's shit, give it to me while I'm still alive. So
right.
No, I still want the quality, man. If you're gonna make it shit, don't do it. Just don't do it at all.
Dude's just saying that. Dude's just saying that because he's worried Nova's gonna be bad now. That's what
I'm saying, man.
I don't know, man.
Give me something good. I can wait if that's what it takes, but don't give me something shit because you may not be able to revisit it, to reboot it, remake it, whatever. Fantastic Four. You got lucky 4 fucking times. I don't know how, but you may not be. It may not have been that way, right? So just give me the quality.
But you know what? I mean, and I use this one as like the example because it's literally the one that we know. Everybody, not a lot of people liked Moon Knight, but who liked Moon Knight so much was K-Man. So it didn't work for us, but it worked for somebody enough to make them a fan into it. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the Moon Knight I was expecting, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was good. I liked it.
K-Man fucking loved it apparently. So yeah, the man's willing to drop. I'm not even gonna question how much he spent into Moon Knight books, but yeah, I mean, hey, it's working out for some people, but I mean, yeah, like I guess kind of my thing is like where they choose these of like what to spin off or which character to spotlight next. Because I mean, I just read today that there was still a plan to do a spin-off for Wiccan from out of the Agatha show. So I mean, Agatha's like already down here, and now you got someone even down here, and you're gonna spend how much million into making a show of that? So, and that's Wiccan, not even like saying that he's part of like the Young Avengers. So I mean, like I don't know where Marvel puts their heads into stuff like this.
This is facts.
Yeah, not wrong.
Yeah, I recently rewatched Batman and Robin, like with Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that, because the toy line came out, and I got dude, that movie is so bad, but it's so much fun to watch because it's so funny. Like it's so funny. It's super entertaining. Like say what you will about that movie, but I was entertained.
Man, it's fantastic.
So funny. Yeah, it's so stupid. But yeah, I agree. We're getting it good. Like the older comic movies, the early 2000s, a lot of them were bad.
Like they just gave the fuck up on Bane, man. They just skipped the show. They were just
dude, it's ridiculous when you hear him as a British person after that because it works so well, but it's just fucking crazy because he's like South American and he's always been Hispanic. So it's like if you watch the animated series, he even has an accent and like that's a big part of his origin, right? So then you hear him as like Tom Hardy, and it's a very like like let's have tea kind of British, and I just
There's
I
Sean
can't not
Connery.
laugh when I'm watching Dark Knight Rises. You know, he's just like, it's the
What the fuck
Batman.
is
You know,
this? Yeah.
it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, no, but it's great, honestly.
But I mean, it's funny that you mentioned Batman and Robin, and maybe I did mention it before. Like that was my first time seeing, like a comic book movie. So I know the movie's terrible, but I love it because I have such,
I love it. Yeah.
personal attachments to it that I'd go back. I love going back and watching that movie. How awful it is. So yeah, it's great.
That's Batman Forever for me. That's the one that I love because that was one of my first movies for Batman. Yeah.
Well,
man, it's Batman and Robin for me all the way.
You know what, dude hit the button. So since we're gonna go ahead and talk about some fucking,
I fucked up. I was checking to see how many slides we had left for the news. My bad, guys.
I'm grateful for this trailer because it got me to finally sell. Like it made my first Ezekiel Sims book move for like over $50. So God bless the trailer. But I gotta say, like they cast some pretty gorgeous women as like the three main characters. So like props to them. That I'm excited for. I do want to see how Isabella Merced, or however her name is, plays Anya Corazon, just because she's Hawkgirl as well in DC, and I think she's a really good cast. Of course, love Sydney Sweeney. I'm kind of disappointed that they put her as Julia Carpenter and didn't save her for Black Cat in the MCU, because I think she's like the perfect Black Cat. Like ideally, like literally, like it's like she's born to play Black Cat. But yeah, I mean, I'll go watch this, but I'm not gonna lie, guys. The trailer was not very enticing. So
no, it looks like a piece of shit.
yeah,
It gave very CW vibes, and I only really knew.
No, the CW could have made something better.
Damn, really?
I mean,
They made
we
a
shit on
bunch of-
CW, but CW does put out some good stuff. I like early Arrow and Flash.
Yeah, exactly.
But for me, I wasn't like, I knew that they were casting Sydney Sweeney and Dakota Johnson. I had no idea these other girls. Like I assumed that they were just part of the movie, but when I saw them in costume, I'm like, well, fucking here we go. Here's like every goddamn Spider-Woman.
Yeah,
So I'm
that
like,
hit me too.
I'm like, no, I'm like, just focus on two. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, people barely know Julia Carpenter or even alone like Cassandra Webb, like to begin with. I'm like, no, I'm like, you're going a little too far. I'm like, to now you want to introduce 4 new characters to people and then plus Ezekiel Sims. I'm like, it's a little much, save it for the second one, or make this part of, your Amazon Studios, show that they have sitting in the air right now anyways.
Yeah,
can you guys believe we get shows like Daredevil? Like I still can't believe we got shows that good, because like a lot of the shows in comparison now, with the exception of Loki and like WandaVision was decent too, like very mediocre. I feel like I don't know why. I feel like it's harder to get a Daredevil in today's
people
context.
that were writing it. The people that were writing it gave a shit.
Yeah, they really did, and they got like the perfect cast for that show. Like everyone was so good,
Yeah, like everybody involved.
Yeah, I mean, they brought him back. They brought him over from Netflix. But I mean, I wanted to say it's because of Disney themselves. But I mean, look, we're getting an R-rated Echo series, so it's no longer about being family friendly. So that's no longer the excuse. So now it really comes down to what they're writing and how they go about filming it and the cinematography of it all. So. I mean, this looks awful. It might be might be fun and entertaining, but yeah, I'm not really. I have a lot of high hopes into this.
We'll see.
Hawkeye was great. I can't wait to rewatch that this Christmas, probably December. I'll start.
Yeah, that's
that
the Christmas one.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got next, dude?
Oh shit, eh?
Oh, okay. What's the super update?
Yeah, this was a big one, eh? A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of casting.
Mm-hmm. God, forgive me for butchering the name. Who we got? Gabriella Di Faria as the engineer, a shapeshifter due to nanotechnology. Sarah Sampaio as Eve Taskmacher.
Yeah, maybe.
Testmaker. Yeah.
Mistress and assistant originally created in the 1978 film, and Skylar
Perfect
Gisondo.
casting. Skylar Gisondo as Jimmy. Oh my god. Honestly,
Yeah, I'm like, yep. I'm like, that's your Jimmy
that's it
Olsen
right there. They cast that was perfect in my opinion.
Who the
Yep.
hell is the engineer?
It's if you've read
that sounds
Authority,
real.
it's the like cyborg looking chick from the Authority.
Oh, okay.
It's the Silver
Okay.
Woman. Yeah.
I was just say, it
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
like the new version of Steel.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited for this. Like, I really like all these casts. Luther and Perry White. I bet hopefully we'll get Steve Lombard as well. That would be really funny. I feel like we're sorely missing like Steve Lombard in this day and age. So I think it would work well. Maybe Bibbo, but yeah, Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. Like that's amazing. I hope so. I read on Twitter someone say like this guy's been like he probably harbors some anger from losing out on Superman and Batman because he's like tried for both parts and like just narrowly missed out. So I hope he brings that resentment to the role. You know?
Oh, that'll be perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited, man. This looks awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Nicholas,
we'll see.
But Nicholas Hoult, like to me, like Lex Luthor to me is like an older man. Like when they gave was it Kevin Spacey who was Lex Luthor?
No, hold on. The best Lex Luthor. Period. Hands down, Michael Rosenbaum.
He was. He actually was, man.
Really Michael Rosenbaum was the best 100%. Lex Luthor. Period. And he was young.
He was really good.
Since day one, man. But like this is Superman Legacy. We are going to see an earlier version, so a younger version for Lex, just as we are for Superman. It just makes sense, man. But yeah, shave his head or make him bald. It'll be perfect.
I don't know. Like he's like a rounder face, a little more Asian, like someone in his like 40s. Like Nicholas Holt's a little too young for me. It doesn't work out just yet. Yet if that's who they end up casting, we'll need to see it.
That's fair.
I think he'll pull it off. We'll see.
I think he'll pull it off. Yeah.
All right, dude. Next.
All right. Next up. Oh. Yeah, we missed this, guys. So we definitely need to just have a quick little chat about it, and then we can move on because I hope by now everybody's seen the Loki season 2 finale.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was glorious. Yeah. I see what I did there. It was actually glorious.
See what I did there. Honestly, I did all these slides. Fuck yeah.
Honestly, no, you killed it there with that slide because it's perfect. When I started the show, I don't know, the spark wasn't there like it was for season 1 with the mystery and where the fuck this was going, because the whole mystery was around the TVA and everything that was going on for season 1. And then season 2 came, you're like, okay, we're gonna see some Kang variants, but where are they going with this? What is the end goal here? And then it all came together, guys. And you just sit there at the end of the last episode and you're like, it all makes sense, and it was all done with intent.
So good.
And it was a perfect wrap up to the show. I thought it was fantastic. Just in case somebody hasn't seen it, that's why I'm not saying any specifics. But it was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there were parts in the show, I guess, in the last 2 episodes that I got like a little too big brain for me, but kind of just going through it. Towards the end, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, it was like an amazing finale for sure. What happens next? I mean, I'm sure there's 100 different theories coming into Secret Wars and stuff like that, but you know what? Like that is how you do a TV show. Like absolutely, like even like as a standalone property was fantastic. So.
Yeah.
It is. It was fantastic. And yeah, like the character arc for him was perfect. They really couldn't have pulled it off any better. But the only thing that I will say is that like I kind of feel like he's sort of boxed in as a character now with how they left it at the end, and I understand how and why they did that. I get that there's still opportunities to see him in the future in either flashbacks or different variants or whatever. They can easily, compensate us with some alternate form of Loki or whatever. But yeah, like it feels like that Loki, that specific Loki, is kind of gone from us now. Like, because he's just gonna have to do what he's doing now. Basically, it feels like.
Yeah,
But
he's got a purpose.
I mean, kind of not really. If he's able to, what do they call it? Time shift in the way that he does. Like, could he not just, into a different?
Well,
body?
couldn't he have changed all the events and with Thanos and everything now? Couldn't that all just?
Well, from what it seemed like, whenever he was walking through and he was, grabbing the strands and everything that seemed like they were dying off, he was essentially like putting spark back into them, giving life back to them and everything like that. So it feels like he's maintaining those timelines by, just doing what he's doing. So I feel like, if he was to like time slip out doing it, then what would happen to those other timelines that he's no longer maintaining? You know what I mean? So like, it almost feels a little bit boxed into me. That's all.
There's some questions. Yeah.
Also, the characters, they all had a great.
Oh, that's a good point.
I really enjoyed how that all wrapped up nicely.
Yeah, that's a good point though with Sylvie. They could do that. Find a way to get him out and still maintain stuff for Loki season 3. Yeah, okay, I could watch that. I'd watch a Sylvie show. All right, what we got next?
I think we got 2 more here.
I believe so. And then we got some trades, right?
Oh, this one's quick. This one's definitely going to be quick. So Aquaman 2 stinks amidst early predictions. So it's estimated for.
Sinks, but that's cool.
What's that?
I said I believe it says sinks.
Sinks. Oh,
Sinks
fuck!
is
I
cool,
can't read, man. Wait. We got the perfect thing for this, man.
It's not his fault he can't read.
Perfectly.
I was just thinking to myself before the show too. I was like, we haven't used that one in a while. Well, here we go. It's my fault. So the sequel is releasing in 3 weeks. It's set to bring in an estimated 32 to 42 million in North American growth. Damn.
What is there even to look forward to in this movie? You know the baby's gonna die. Amber Heard's barely gonna be in it, which is obviously a good thing.
Yeah.
None of it's gonna matter, right?
I don't think they're gonna kill the baby. I think they're gonna kill her instead.
Oh, that'd be divine justice.
That'd be a way to make a movie.
I don't know. Does anybody really care about Aquaman? Like I said, I go see probably on discount or something if it gets like okay reviews. But if it's a real shitter,
oh, it will be. There's no doubt about it.
Wait, okay. Early Rotten Tomatoes predictions. What do you think it's going to come in at?
Like 50s.
Yeah, I would say 58, and then drops down to like 52.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, it depends, man. The dude playing Black Manta can kill it. So
Tim's
relying on him for the villain, and that could actually turn out to be a really good choice since they're giving us pretty heavy upgrades to take on both of them. Like I said, just the portrayal of Aquaman's wrong. Other than that, it'll probably still be a fun movie for the most part.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, in all honesty, like watching the trailer, it didn't look terrible. Like the CGI was a little bit wonky, but I mean, the movie's set underwater. Like it's not going to look, perfect without, going way over budget. But it looked fun and entertaining. But I mean, just kind of knowing that Aquaman by Jason Momoa pretty much has no future, it kind of just lowers the stakes of like what this movie even is. And I mean, it just seems like very self-contained. So that might just make it a little more enjoyable. Just, like this is solely an Aquaman story. And I mean, if they sprinkle in an appearance of Wonder Woman, cool, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to be really rooting for this movie. So I think people will probably go just to hate watch it. To be quite honest, more than anything.
As Shield said earlier, it'll be fine and fun.
Fine and fun.
Fine and fun. All right, enough Aquaman talk. He's not even giving the middle finger there. That's
All right, it's the pinky.
Come on, man. Oh, yeah, this dropped in the last few days, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, the fans are tuning into the WandaVision extras. That actually, the Steelbook actually comes out tomorrow, and a featurette actually shows us a little bit. It's like a 2-minute clip, which actually got released in High Definition today, of the Agatha Darkhold Diaries. So we see, of course, Agatha. We get our first look at Aubrey Plaza in that most left-turn photo. The one in the middle, we kind of see the Coven kind of walking around in some sort of forest, and we do see our first adult Billy Maximov, or Billy Kaplan, whatever you want to call him. So the son of Scarlet Witch. And on the very right, we see Patty Lupone. I forget what her character's name is. She is also part of the Coven as well. So, yeah, I mean, series is coming along. So, I like WandaVision a lot. It's actually one of my favorite shows that came out for Disney Plus. So I'm excited. You know what? Say what you will about Agatha. She, as a very like Z-list character, like she was kind of a highlight of the series. So
they're doing a whole show. They're doing a whole show with Wanda's kids and Agatha and that whole shit, and nobody's talking about a sneaky Mephisto popping up anywhere.
Not this
well,
time.
Well, is he supposed to be?
Oh yeah.
Isn't he supposed to be an Ironheart that's sort of MIA at this moment? Like, wasn't that already supposed to be out like this time already?
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
But you know what? I mean, stuff like this, like the more magic side, it just opens up so many more possibilities of these bigger characters that we're kind of looking for. So, I mean, whenever people were saying that, when the hex comes down, she might say, people were thinking that like that's how they bring in mutants, or she does some sort of magic as a way to kind of protect herself, and that's how she creates mutants. So using magic is kind of like a nice gateway into like a whole other element of the MCU, of these more like super powered humans. So I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good show. I thought she was great as Agatha in WandaVision, and Aubrey Plaza is always fantastic. So,
yeah. And you know what, Baker? I actually I was at a pawn shop today, and I almost grabbed season 1 of Legion, but it was on DVD, not Blu-ray, so I kind of put it back. But yeah, that is a show that deserves a good
I put
watch.
it back because it wasn't
Very
Blu-ray.
Yeah,
that show was really good. And the guy who did it is doing the Alien show, which just today cast like Timothy Oliphant or something like that. So I'm very hyped for that. But yeah, I'll check out Agatha. I think this is so stupid, but I'll check it out. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the news we got, right?
That's it.
All right, we made it.
Yeah, lots of news, guys.
Right?
Yeah, that's 3 weeks of news for you. And actually, there was stuff I was going to bring up today, but maybe we'll have to save it for another week.
Right. All right, we're all caught up now, so we'll go ahead and jump into the last little bit. You know what time it is.
Oh, we got some trades today, guys. I think we got 5 trades lined up. So let's see if we can get through them all. If not, we'll carry it over into next week. So this is a trade made by the one, the only Comic Chic. He wants to know if you would rather have a Tales of Teen Titans 44 first appearance of Nightwing, or would you trade it for Batman 635 first appearance of Red Hood?
Let's talk about this for a minute. So both of these books in high grade raw like sell for about the same price, which is really crazy. But they're also similar in the sense that they're both not the first appearance of the actual character, but the mantle that the character will assume moving forward.
Right.
Obviously, Dick Grayson's been Nightwing ever since, and then Jason Todd's been Red Hood ever since. But they both appear in different books. But that hasn't really stopped these books from always being in demand, like all the time. Like Teen Titans 44 has been going up in value steadily, but now it's kind of going back down a little bit just because everything's kind of just adjusting back down. But it still like sells for really decent amounts, like 75 to 100 US and high grade raw. And then same thing for the Batman 635. Of course, the 635 you can get a newsstand version, so there's like that component of finding a rarer variant. But also the cover is gorgeous. But like, yeah, Teen Titans 44, you get Nightwing on the cover with the disco wing suit, and Batman 635 you don't actually have like Red Hood on the cover, but everyone knows that storyline. It was quite popular when it came out. So yeah, I think I think this what prompted me to pick this. I see a lot of people say they would rather have Red Hood, and I think that's just because he's an edgier character and like he has a really cool design. But it's just like I can't see how most people would, prefer to have that book over the.
All I'm going to say right now, it's a landslide in the chat. Everyone's voting
Right.
Titans. We got AOA standing out as always. Congrats. But honestly, I have to agree with AOA, and pretty much
How did
for
I
the
know our resident edgelord was gonna pick fucking Red
But
Hood?
that's it. That's exactly it. Sheik nailed it when he said, he's an edgier character, a little cooler design. He's different, man. I'm different.
But hold on, AOA wasn't picking Batman though. He was saying that 357 is a better book for Jason.
Yeah, he's
Oh, it
saying
is
that.
better. But he's still
AOA
not vote. He still will probably vote 635, but we'll see. We'll leave him up for that. But I gotta go
No, he
back
already picked Titan.
635 for that. Regardless. Yeah, Sheik, you nailed it with that. He's just different, man. And I like that. He's cool. He don't fuck around. Doesn't take no shit.
All right.
Nightwing's cool, I guess. But that's just I don't know, man. I like Red Hood better. So I just gotta go with Batman. Marvel, what about you?
To everyone who wouldn't pick, 635, that's really disappointing for all of you. That's not to say that I actually haven't tried to look for the Teen Titans book, but what I was looking for was just at a weird, side quest type of point where I had just started to read the Tom Taylor run, and I was really enjoying it. I'm like, what? I'm like, obviously I'm not going to get, his first appearance. So, a nice, secondary prize would obviously be this, but yeah, I mean, it just wasn't the right time. And kind of when you look at the book, it's one of those very 80s books where, the cover doesn't look so perfect. So when you look at it, you're like, well, is that a defect or is that actually part of the cover? So I was looking to maybe buying into a graded copy, and then George Perez passed away, and then I'm like, hey, never mind. I'm like, it's just not even going to be
Not the right time. Yeah.
something to buy. But I mean, now that the prices have come down on a lot of books, then it's out of people's minds. It might be the time to start looking again. Like it is. I'm still reading the Nightwing run, and it's been fantastic. And every time that I see him into a book, he's still like such a really great character. It's just one of those things to kind of have. But yeah, I still like Red Hood. He's got the cooler outfit. He's got the guns, man. Come on, like
you think Red Hood has a cooler?
Fun.
It's actually crazy. Oh,
He does.
There's no way. There's no way.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and side with fucking chat because they've got some sense.
Damn.
So yeah, Tales of Teen Titans 44 all the way. I mean, no, Nightwing versus Red Hood as characters. I mean, obviously it probably comes down to more of who you read growing up and everything like that, who was more popular and stuff like that. For me though, like Tales of Teen Titans 44 is part of Judas Contract, which is an epic storyline to begin with. For the Titans, and George Perez art on the cover there. I mean, that just seals the deal for me. So
Yeah, I grew up during the era when Jason was Robin, so I love Jason, but the Red Hood doesn't come close, guys. I'm sorry. I will say Red Hood's costume is better than the Disco Wing costume. Like there,
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
agree.
100%.
But if we're talking about like Brian Stelfreeze is like the black and blue, there's no way. It's just like it's not even close, you know?
yeah.
Flag. What's going on? All right. Next up, we have. Ooh, okay. I'll let Sheik introduce this one.
Okay, so this I feel like I know which one people are gonna pick for various reasons, but it's interesting because there's a lot of duos in comics, but especially at DC, there's a lot of like duo friendships. You know, like I can mention several, but the most iconic ones are like Blue and Gold, like Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Not the Jaime Blue Beetle, I forget his fucking name. The guy who
Ted
died
Kord.
in Infinite Crisis. Yeah,
Ted
that
Kord.
Blue Beetle.
Ted Kord,
Yeah, Ted Kord. Yep. So Ted Kord and Booster Gold, they're that's a famous friendship. Then you have Fire and Ice, Batman, Superman. Like there's tons, right? I think this is one of the more iconic ones, but the one that's like underrated because it's only like the really hard DC fans or just like more hardcore comic fans that know of them. And so I'm just curious to see what people prefer, whether it's they prefer the Fire or Ice. And I feel like most people will go with Ice just because she's been drawn really, really sexy recently in the Human Target, and a lot of people were seduced by that iteration of her. But yeah, if you ever read
all the DC friends, you gonna mention all the DC epic friendships and not talk about Martha and Martha?
Oh my god, you know, yeah, that's true. Gotta mention the Martha Squared friendship there. That's a big one.
For anyone that's not too familiar with these characters, there you go.
Yep, there you go. So
hey, that's them.
Hilarious looking copycat.
Yeah, thank you, David Nakayama.
You're right. All right.
Yeah, Fire and Ice, both terrible covers because they don't have the characters on the cover.
Yeah, neither one of them.
But they didn't think they would take off. Like Ice actually like got million reworks over the years because they just didn't know how to make her like relevant. It wasn't until like these two people became friends that they really were more taken to the mainstream. But yeah, I'll say Super Friends as well, just because that book is so hard to find. Yeah, like I've never seen that Super Friends book at a shop. Like it's not easy to find. And when you do find these Super Friends books, they're like the Spidey from the Electric Company. I forget the Spidey stories or whatever they were when they came out. They're always beat to shit. Like they're never in good condition because they were kids' books. So it's pretty hard to find that one. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to make this quick and simple. I don't really know these characters. I don't really care. So, yeah, I'm going with Ice on this all day, guys. We're going Justice League International 12.
Okay, fair enough.
Plain and simple, yeah.
I'm honestly not familiar with really either of the characters. They're just, EF XYZ list for me, but I guess based on the cover, I would probably weirdly enough go with the Super Friends just because they're on it. I feel like if you made me read one of the two issues, I would probably read Super Friends just because I assume the Justice League are in the book, so it'd probably be the story that I would gravitate towards more. So I'd go with that.
All right, makes sense. Personally, I would go with Super Friends. Like she said, it's definitely the harder book to find by far. And I mean, I love both these characters, especially in the current run that they got going on. It's fantastic. So yeah, I wouldn't mind finding either one of them, to be honest. And they're both pretty affordable. So
she's like a Brazilian bombshell.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's it.
Yeah. So, all right, what else we got, dude?
All right, next up. Ooh, Battle of the World. So you got FF211, first appearance of Terrax Tamer versus Fantastic Four 244, everyone's favorite, Frankie Ray. Not Richard Rider Nova, but Frankie Ray as Nova.
Don't you mean Dick Rider?
Nah.
Yes,
nah,
he means Dick Rider.
nah,
That's
Richard Rider, man. Come on. Leave him
This
alone.
one, I
we
think
already
this
know
one
where
is-
everyone's going on this one. This one's a sweep.
We're in the age of heralds, right? Like, but I want to say both of these covers are pretty hard and really high grade. When I say really high grade, like 9.4, 9.6 or
Yeah.
higher, that Terax is a bitch to get in very high grade. It's like it's not easy to get that book. If you know the heralds, these are both like good heralds. Like these are both they've both had their moment to shine. So I think it really just comes down to preference, and I'm curious to see what everyone's preference is. I'm with AOS Terax, baby. Like he's badass.
Nick,
probably-
the first one to
I
go
would say
by the
they're-
name Nova, but not Nova.
Yeah.
They're
Richard
B
Rider
level
took
heralds.
the mantle as his own, but first one to
Well,
go
they're
by.
both heralds, but they're no female Silver Surfer because that's what matters these days.
All right, Marvel, which one you want?
For Terax, is that like he appears as Terax Tim? Because the Frankie Ray run, like that's her as the herald, right? So does he appear like before that, or you know
Like, is
what I
this
mean?
him as his time as a herald? Like
Yes.
during his time as a herald? Yes.
Just curious. In all honesty, they're both kind of whatever characters to me. I've always liked the 244 cover. I just like with the hand kind of reaching out. So I always kind of go with that. So make it easy.
All right.
She?
For me,
I
personally,
go Terax. Yeah. Sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. For me personally, I would say both if if I had the opportunity. But if I had to pick just one, man, I would have to go with a slight edge to 244 just because, like Marvel said, the cover sells it for me.
Yeah. I like the iconic, like the Fantastic Four title text. I love that era.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that's the iconic, like the classic, the one I've always like loved the most. So yeah, I love it.
All right. Next up, I think we got two more.
Actually, we had 6 total, so we have 3 more. We'll try to
okay.
get through them. If we can't, we'll just carry 1 or 2 of them over into next week's show.
But they're so fitting. Damn it.
Nice.
Oh, Marvel, introduce this one.
Nice.
All right. Very topical. We have Inhumans number 5, the first appearance of Yelena Belova, versus the Young Avengers, the director's cut, the first appearance of Billy Kaplan, Teddy Altman, Nathaniel Richards from Earth 6211, and Eli Bradley. I mean, obviously, the first print of Young Avengers just would far outweigh Inhumans. So, for about roughly 100 some and change, 9.8 of Inhumans, or 106 for a 9.6 of the director's cut of Young Avengers. So, yeah, them's your options.
All right, Marvel. Or I mean, I'm sorry, dude.
Okay. Let me start off by saying I like Yelena as a character. Great character, pretty cool. But Young Avengers number 1 has been a book I have been after for some time now. You guys know me. I'm thrifty. That's the word we go with here. I'm thrifty, and I just haven't found one that suited my needs. At an adequate grade for the right price. So damn, man, I just got to go Young Avengers 1 on this. You got more first appearances in there, and it's just a book I've been after for a while. And the cover's dope. Director's cut.
That is the hard part.
It,
Yeah.
but I understand it was to make the trade more reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'd still take it. Fuck.
All right. Sheik.
I have the Young Avengers, like I have multiple Young Avengers ones, so like I would not get the director's cut just because I feel like if I'm gonna grab the variant of a Young Avengers, I'd probably go for the Wizard, the 9.5 or whatever. You
Yeah,
guys,
there you
know that one. Yeah.
That's
Um,
nonsense.
It is nonsense, but I feel like it's cool. It has that like historical value there, but I agree it's nonsense. So just through sheer virtue of having Young Avengers 1, like the cover A, I'd probably just go with Inhumans 5. I do like Yelena Belova, and I don't have that book, and it's a sick Black Bolt cover. So yeah.
For me, I would go with the Inhumans 5 also. I mean, I had the Young Avengers in number 1 in the past with collection 4 that I lost to in a fire. But eventually I'll get that back. But the Inhumans 5, man, it's harder to come by, to be honest. So that's the one I'll go with.
Mm-hmm. I mean, really, who was reading Inhumans? Who even reads, Inhuman stories now? For sure.
Yeah.
I actually got the Young Avengers director's cut in a Facebook auction during the pandemic, so I don't know if I paid at this point. I think it was $40.
Damn.
So
Oh, shit.
yeah, and I mean that's when. Oh, it's probably like a 9.8 for sure.
Damn.
No, let's say a 9. Let's say a 9.4 just to be safe, because thicker book, scratches, whatever. But yeah, it's pretty damn clean. Yeah, because I thought I was never going to own the original first print of Young Avengers, but I mean that book has come way down, so might be the time to buy. But I mean, that aside, for the moment, yeah, Young Avengers would be like a side quest. So actually, now that I actually have both, I'd still probably pick the Inhumans though. I mean, I like Black Bolt as a character. You guys know I love Jay Lee, so yeah, to get in a nice solid 9.8, I'd probably take the Inhumans.
There you go.
All
right, dude. Well, we're gonna go ahead and save the last two since we've been on for an hour and 45 minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. So, dude, you wanna let them know what we got coming up?
Yeah, I got to pull up my calendar here, guys. Things are starting to ramp up. It's it's Christmas season. You guys know how we do here at the Comic Kingpins. We like to have fun. We want you guys to have fun. And we got too many fucking books, guys, so we're going to give some shit away while we're at it. So coming up, we are supposed to be doing a haul show this week. I know, we're swapping things on you guys. We're not going to do a haul show this week, and I'll tell you why. So we're not going to do a haul show this week. It would be our off week next week, and we'll be back the 14th. We're going to come back on the 14th. It's a Thursday, of course, as per Show Me Your Haul schedule. And we're going to do a Christmas show.
A Christmas show.
A fucking Christmas show. Right?
Festive Kingpins.
Exactly. So, we're gonna bring the halls. We're gonna deck the halls. Fuck, there it is.
Damn, that's better. That's better.
Right.
That's perfect.
That's good. Yeah.
We're gonna show off some Christmas themed books. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna give some stuff away, and we want you guys, our supporters, our friends, our community, to come hang out with us. Come hop on with us. So if you guys are available, any of you guys are available, December 14th. It'll be Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Tell whenever. Honestly, it is what it is for that show. It's our Christmas show. We're going to be having fun, guys. And if you can make it for, 10 minutes, if you can make it for an hour, great. We'd love for if you guys could stop by and come hang out and spread the Christmas cheer.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Anyways, that's going to be in a few weeks there. December 14th. Mark your calendars. So this Saturday, we're going to be doing Royally Fucked. We're going to be going over pre-orders and just kind of letting you guys know what we're picking up, what we're not picking up, what to keep your eye out for in the next few weeks in shops. And then we'll be back at it Monday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific for all your comic needs. And some, and humor. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for now. Remember, guys, in the chat, hit us up. Let us know if you want to come hang out on December 14th. And while we're at it, let's see you hit that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because once we get to 666, we'll do another big giveaway, guys. We're pushing. Let's do it.
There you go. All right, guys. So we'll see you back here next weekend.
The cock will be back next week too, Baker.
Yes.
Don't worry, bud. It's coming for you.
We'll be finishing up the last brackets next week and moving on after that. We got some good ones coming up. So
Hell yeah.
all right,
All
guys.
right. Let's see if my connection issues lets us end the show.
Right. That's what we got for tonight.
All right. Deuces, guys.
Later.
Oh, it's not.